depends really on the kind of Sonya player that you are that dictates what variation you go for.
Well, one thing that I would like to see is, I mean, something that Demolition does kind of struggle with a lot is many of her setups to reload her grenades, right? You know, she's got 3 grenades she can use. When she runs out, she has to do a special move and top them up again and give herself 3 to go with. A lot of them are unsafe.
He has actually gone cover ops though. So we just talked about the kind of player. MrAquary really is almost like a Mitsuone style play with Sonya. I mean, he's not afraid to just go for those big gambles. But she's one of those high risk, high reward characters. It is complete guessing a lot of the time. But if she gets it correct, exactly, if she gets it correctly, she is in a good situation. If it's not, then she gets punished.
But a 50-50 is a 50-50, man.
F0xy is going to punish you all day. But speaking of 50-50s, MrAquary really getting the first hit there. Really good job.
Bagged himself the first parameter, but does drop his first combo, but goes straight back into it again. F0xy just getting annihilated right now. Already back to the corner, but drops once again, and that will cost him some damage.
That was a very costly drop, dropping the combo, then immediately getting punished. But he does throw him back into the corner. That's going to give him a little bit of stamina. Ooh, baits the wake-up spin, immediately sending a message to F0xy. I am waiting for that reversal.
Already a very, very patient play from MrAquary. I mean, these bursts of aggression, but just exactly when he needs to be, being reserved and being slow, and it got him the round. He had a significant amount of life left.
Oh, and he gets another good guess there. I mean, the 50-50s are really prominent here, but MrAquary, unfortunately, drops pretty much every combo so far. That's so much potential damage. F0xy as well, dropping the 2-frame link there. Catching him sleeping, drops it again. Very unfortunate.
That's 2 drops back-to-back for F0xy, but a few from MrAquary as well. Maybe just some nerves showing right now. I mean, both players definitely need to take this round. I mean, now we're playing through top 8 from now. Every win at this point is some cash and a big amount of points.
That is a 4 out of 4 on those happy little resets for F0xy, unfortunately. He's going to have to tighten up the execution if he's going to take this one forward, but not a good look from either player right now. They need to sort of tighten up the execution if they want to try and pull this through.
MrAquary tries to jump on wake up. F0xy doesn't quite manage to stuff it enough.
F0xy has a lot of meter to work with. You have noticed he's actually not going for spins anymore. He may have gone for the spin right at the start to try and really put it into MrAquary's mind that the spin is an option. And now F0xy really sort of just going to town. And this really is what F0xy does best. Putting you in the corner and absolutely smothering you.
Well, do keep in mind, the block spin is without a doubt what cost him round 1. So he does have to, you know, think on the fly. I have to stop doing these things that get punished. You know, the guy clearly knows how to deal with it. And MrAquary taking full advantage, but goes into the overhead kick.
Ooh, very interesting read there. F0xy probably not ready for that to hit. Does get it this time, no longer dropping that link. I mean, that's actually a very tight link to do, but we don't really see F0xy drop it as much as he has. But now he has MrAquary in the corner. This is exactly where F0xy wants MrAquary to be.
This is F0xy's Kung Lao pressure that we've seen time and time again. That meter burn hat down for wonderful meter burn parry.
Wake up parries into full combo. Does get a reset there. F0xy breaking, not even wanting to take the damage. Oh, MrAquary not ready for the teleport. Very unfortunate there. Good blocks, but then gets 50-50'd again.
Oh, MrAquary opts to try and finish that off. Keeps himself safe by not finishing the stance. Oh, but no whiffs are normal. That will get hit. But another drop from F0xy Grampa.
F0xy dropping that link pretty much almost every time.
And he does get the interrupt!
What's going on? That was an interesting game 1. That was not really the kind of F0xy that we see often.
If MrAquary was ready for that down 3 to connect, that would have potentially thrown the game away. Because he would have had it. He would have managed to take that damage to F0xy, get rid of that last little bit of life, but F0xy again ready with a dive kick. As soon as you reach chip damage territory, that's where you have to be careful. Because Kung Lao is the king of chip damage, especially in clutch moments.
I think that match was what we like to call a scramble. There was a lot of dropped combos, a lot of I guess people just not being ready for things to connect. To be honest, very uncharacteristic of F0xy. I mean, we haven't seen these guys play in quite a while. It's the start of a new season, so obviously, you know, nerves might be running high and all that kind of other stuff. But unfortunately, you know, it's a 3 out of 5 set. So if you're going to be in a situation to try and adapt and kind of get used to what's going on, this really is the setting to do it.
But keep in mind, you know, these guys are playing the first match of the EU Pro League, right? Like, there are going to be eyes on them right now. F0xy is by far the player to beat right now in this league. With his dominance in Season 1, hopefully, you know, for him to carry over into Season 2. But if he goes out at this point, can you imagine the upset?
I think F0xy going out round 1 is probably the biggest upset anyone could anticipate, especially with how dominant the guy's been so far. But, I mean, right now...
Shades of Game 1,
I was about to say, very, very similar to how Game 1 went, where MrAquary just enforced those mix-ups and has got right every time. However, in this round, he's pretty much dropping nothing.
Wow,
and that trade, wow. And it keeps him in, actually, a very unfortunate trade, really, because MrAquary's now in the corner. You don't want to be in the corner against Tempest.
Oh, F0xy opts for the down 1, but MrAquary patient with the block. Meter burn spin to counter poke.
That's
keeps
the strength.
MrAquary in the corner.
That's going to be the strength of Tempest. F0xy dropping, unfortunately, but then again, getting the flurry punches anyway.
Another drop from F0xy Grampa. That 4-4 not working out for him today.
Oh, wow. I mean, it gets tagged by the hat, but it gets hit behind him. So, unfortunately, the string's going to whiff. But MrAquary is still in the corner. Tries to down 1 out of it, but the throw whiffs. Pretty much giving him good escape there.
And there's the 50-50 into 50-50. F0xy opting not to spend his meter to punish that. Meter burn. Oh, MrAquary tries to jump out, but F0xy not ready.
he keeps getting pushed ever so slightly too far away for that orbiting hat to connect, but he's caught pressing buttons. Foxy going for the guaranteed there. Obviously, going for the forward 2 is much easier than going for the 4-4. You have a lot more. Well, you have a lot more time to work with.
The forward 2 is kill as well, significantly easier, definitely worth going for that. MrAquary opts to break.
That was a big. I agree with the break. That was a big jump in. And to be honest, a cover ops doesn't really require a lot of meter to do damage. Or Foxy getting that link now. I mean, the second he starts landing that, that's when it becomes really difficult, because not only is the combo drop damage that he's lost, but it's also Kung Lao giving you an escape that you need, especially against this kind of Tempest pressure.
I love how Foxy, like, when his downfall was blocked right there, right? No, game 2. Game 2 going to Foxy, but I love how when his downfall was blocked, he opted to take a slight step back. So if MrAquary was going to try and challenge with a poke of his own, like a down 1 or a down 3, it would have whiffed, which would have given him a clean back 3 punish.
I think one of the deciding factors really in Game 2, though, was probably the fact that Foxy stopped dropping that link. MrAquary was getting hit by a lot of things. It was just that Foxy was dropping the full combo, which was giving MrAquary the escape that he wanted. But in round 3 of Game 2, the second Foxy stopped dropping it, not only was he taking more damage, but those escape options that he shouldn't have had basically were completely gone anyway, forcing him to take the mix-ups. The second he actually was forced to take the mix-ups, he tries to backdash, he's trying to jump and stuff, the kind of stuff that you actually can't really do against Tempest.
Well, we said this a lot in Season 1, and I'm assuming we'll say it a lot again in Season 2, but, you know, the importance of not dropping your combos, it's not just because the damage you leave on the table, it's not just because the damage you could have done, it's the momentum that you lose.
It's the situation, but going straight into it, a really nice check there on the normal, going into the grab. Oh, Foxy caught by a clean dive kick.
MrAquary can get some big damage for this. Oh, I thought he was going to drop it there. I've never seen that one before. 34%.
That looks very easy to drop, but MrAquary... Oh, and he gets the guess again. Nice stuff. I know, Foxy, yeah, just going for the gap. That's one of the strengths of Tempest in the matchup. The second you block that correct 50-50 and you go into a military stance, you can pretty much spin it almost every time.
Well, a lot of these Sonya strings do have holes in them, which Armor can exploit, and Kung Lao just has one of, if not the best armored move in the game.
Well, it's an interesting thing to go for, because it's seen to be one of Sonya's main weaknesses, is the amount of gaps that she has in things like cover ops. However, it's mainly the fact that you still have to block that 50-50 first before you get the chance to armor through. Oh, here comes Foxy, caught pressing buttons. A lot of the time when that back 2 connects, it's actually not because the opponent is blocking low, it's because they're actually pressing buttons.
A match point, Foxy Grampa. MrAquary does get tagged by the second hit, that 4-4. Not quite sure what he thought was going to follow up, but again, the manages to bag himself some damage. Goes to the corner repositioning, smart stuff from MrAquary.
Oh, and that's going to be a full combo hit confirm into spin. Just pushing him out of the corner. That's probably going to be orbiting hat, and that's going to be difficult again. I like the idea of running in and trying to bait that jump. The second MrAquary jumps, and he's caught pressing buttons again, doesn't drop the link. That's actually got a lot of meter to work with too. MrAquary maybe should have broke that. Oh, no.
I like the attempt though. Down 1 was blocked. That's usually where the opponent will go for a button of their own. But Foxy, wise to it, sees the meter.
Oh, and he tries to anti-1. I mean, this is almost curtains for MrAquary. He has to get something going, but right as we say it, Foxy going in, and that's pretty much going to be game over. Foxy moving on.
As soon as that string was blocked, it was curtains for MrAquary.
There was nothing he could do to avoid the spin. He didn't even have the health to block. Like, there was absolutely nothing MrAquary could do to stop that meter burn spin from taking him out of the tournament.
Oh, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. You know, if you're willing for the